Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Star Ladder Season 12 America. We're in phase number 2, a 4-team double elimination bracket. And now, as we are in the lower bracket, it's Wheel taking on Voidboys. This is match number 2 of this best of 3, and we just witnessed, well, Voidboys play their game. They got on the back of a Patzel Spectre who found beautiful farm. Wheel had a interesting start going with an aggro tri-lane setup. Maybe didn't get as much out of it as they'd like. And it looked like for a moment there they were going to be able to bring the game back after a surprise factor from Relic. But it was Voidboys who were ultimately able to kind of seal the W. So here we are. Will Wheel be able to bounce this one back and take it to a game 3? Or will Voidboys close it out? I'm with Maut. Maut, what do you think?
I don't know, man. This one was a close series, and I think that these are two very evenly matched teams. Voidboys play that first game immaculately. Their draft, they know exactly their strengths, and they use them to a huge advantage, taking that first victory. Wheel getting a bit too over-aggressive and getting caught out a couple of times in the last team fight. Pretty indicative of the entire game, really. However, Wheel now get off to a fast start. Sniper is picked up by Wheel very often. Relic 8-2 on the hero, one of his favorite heroes to play in the mid lane. And this is certainly one way to get off to a start. Although they do pick it, and there's plenty of heroes to counter Sniper. We've seen it so often. This could be great for Wheel, or it could be a disaster. We'll have to wait and see.
We see it so often. Mr. Peepa, we meet again in that ugly face. Another one of those heroes you run into in your pubs, and you just hate your life. Just scales so well to, like, the way if you could position him just can make the most fantastic comebacks. I don't know how many times I've casted now, like, even when you're 2 racks down, he just finds a way to kind of hide himself into the fountain almost and just be able to pot shots off that no one see coming, and their whole army just begins to crumble beneath him. But where he is small and he can be a glass cannon, he's at risk. If you start to pick up some quick gap closers here, if the Voidboys want, they can get like a Clockwork, which I know Mercy Please has played. They can get in the face of this little ugly bug and get a hold of the Sniper. But they open up with a profitable one themselves. It's the Troll Warlord here. I actually don't see a whole lot of Patzel Troll, but I'm sure if he's like anyone else in this Dota world, Troll's just something they go with. And, well, there's that Clockwork. So that's a big grab for going against the Sniper.
Yeah, this is the Clockwork pick, not uncommon to say the very least against Sniper. And I think the biggest thing for Sniper as a hero early on in the game is making sure that you keep tabs at Clockwork at all times. Is he level 6? Does he have hookshot? Is he missing from his top lane? Is he rotating with his team? Where is he exactly? Because if that Clockwork is missing off the map, there's a good chance you could get hookshotted, and then, well, you're probably just going to die at that point. Clockwork has really good solo kill potential against Sniper, especially if he maxes his battery assault, and you have to be very careful. It's not just necessarily the Sniper either, it's the Vengeful Spirit. However, Venge will help out the Sniper with swaps later on down the road, but in the early stages of the game, there still is that potential for him to fall. And how much are Voidboys willing to put into this whole countering Sniper shenanigans? Are they willing to go not only Clockwork, but maybe like support Spirit Breaker and then pick up a Spectre again? Well, the Spectre's banned, so they won't be able to grab that again. They have the Troll Warlord, which could be played mid, but it's probably safe lane. And from there, we'll see what else they want to go for. Maybe some supports here.
Yeah, and if you ask a question of a team like Voidboys, like, how much are you going to put as far as countering the Sniper, you could say the same thing for Wheel. How much are they going to put defending the Sniper? How much do they want to make sure that he kind of has a good time and that he won't be opposed too much in his mid lane, or we can secure a nice start for him, and then later on we have a way to bail him out and a way to assist him, maybe give him a little bit more boom, an extra bit of right click if you get, like, let's say an Ogre and you get a benefit from Bloodlust or something like that. So I'm curious to see as well what Wheel want to do. You see the preemptive ban from Voidboys there on the Omni Knight, something that Wheel love to run. So if they wanted to kind of get more defense, that's not going to be an option for them anymore. And they do need to consider, if they need something for the off lane to be a front liner. Bristleback's been banned out, but I know there's another big badass that Mike does play and has played pretty often. Centaur Warrunner would be something I'd like to see from Wheel. I know Mike is used to playing the hero a lot, and with that Stampede, maybe they can use that to their utility. I actually was saying that, and I was thinking that'd be good against Sniper, but I'm like, nope, that's not their team. I blame Mike for changing teams. I'm not going to put that one on me. That's on you, Mike. That's your fault.
Mike changes teams like every other day.
He's probably going to be on Voidboys for Game 3, if they get there. He'll probably end up being on their team, and then, whatever. But
He's like, no, I was on Complexity yesterday. I was just kidding. I'm on Wheel today. But actually, I'm going to go back and play for Fire. No, actually, I'm playing for NAR, the new NAR, the one that, which I'm sure you saw the Twitter thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was thinking, like, yeah, there's the new, and then he'll get on the new, flip side. NA will be back once more, even though they're Leviathan now.
Fnatic NA.
Yeah, Fnatic NA will pop out. Navi NA will make their return. Yeah, well, those are hopes and dreams. Maybe one day. We'll have to see. But the other big offlaner option that's left and is good for the Dire side, though, will be the Tidehunter. So something that more of the Western scene have kind of been like, maybe if there's not many other good options and we need kind of a team fight, we'll go for. The Eastern scene still love the Tidehunter. I mean, they will get it if the Batrider's not there. But for over here, it's like they'd rather maybe get something like your, Bristleback. I've seen like teams like Empire even roll with a Sand King before getting a Tidehunter in their offlane setup. So, well, they're going to get themselves here. I would like to see a Rubik here maybe for Voidboys as a second support. You got some good options here between Vengeful and Tidehunter. I'm curious to see if it's something they go for.
I'm not sure. Voidboys have 12 seconds left in reserve time. What do they pick up? They've got a lot of red heroes. Let me point that out. They need to continue the color scheme. That's not red.
No. That's the furthest from it.
Yeah.
That's blue, Maut. That's blue. That is the Enigma. And he is going to probably be in the jungle. I'm not anticipating any sort of off-lane Enigma 4-position clockwork. So we know what he's doing, and that means we'll also know what they're doing. So they might need to consider some level 1 aggression so that they can kind of get themselves into that jungle and make life hard for Enigma so he can't have that thriving start. And the next thing you know, you got a level 6 Enigma at 4 minutes in, and then he's got a quick soul ring, a mech, and you're just got that whole black hole factor. But they could also do a silencer here, and that's been something that the Eastern scene loves. First ban-worthy almost, but for here, it might not be too shabby. I mean, it just kind of ruins the day for Enigma. You got to definitely get a BKB, and by then, you don't even know if Silencer's going to have a refresher.
Yeah, the Silencer thing is... We're no stranger to Silencer with our pub play.
I love that hero. It's disgusting, though. That's like the troll version of a support. You know what I mean? It's like Troll, yeah. Jug, and Slark. Well, for us support players, it's like, Silencer. Dirty like dog. Earth Spirit's pretty bad. He's in his own category. That's why he's not even in CM.
Is that hero ever going to be put into the captain's mode?
I don't think so. I think he's just one of those heroes, like, you think that you're going to... I mean, it's one of those things like you nerf him and he's like, oh, it feels okay. And then he's kind of still OP and you're like, God, he was even more OP than this before? And that same goes with like Wisp. Wisp used to have a stun with his tether. That would seem ridiculous now. Batrider used to have a better fire flight. He used to have a better lasso range. He's still first pick or first ban.
Better.
And it's like these heroes keep getting nerfed down, but they just have so much good utility that there's just a way to make it work. And I think Earth Spirit's like that and then some. I think it's just even the fact that you can get that quick pull on a teammate saves you from having to get a 4-staff hero. He just, like, people like Clockwork here, he would just have a terrible time. It's just such a good hero. I don't even know if there'll be a time when we'll see him in CM.
Well, yeah, the thing is also, people talk about engine differences as the main contributing factor to why he's OP, because you have... In Dota 1, you don't have like the tools that you have in Dota 2 to work with to be able to make like the high skill plays that people make.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's like a Meepo in a sense, or a Tinker. It's one of those heroes that has such a high ceiling of skill that when you get that into someone's special hands, they just make magic. When we saw like your Weehaw Meepos. Oh, God, I can't believe it slipped my mind. The kid who played a phenomenal Tinker and Excalibur. Like when these kids play these heroes, you just kind of see how ridiculous they could be, and that's when the nerfs come out. And I don't think it'd be different for someone like Earth Spirit. And I play Earth Spirit. It's not like I just get my ass beat all the time from Earth Spirit. I play the hero, too, very frequently. I mean, I could probably easily get my MMR up at least another 100 or so.
Very good Earth Spirit.
So it's like, he's just so good. But let's step off from Earth Spirit. We're not going to be seeing him here. We probably won't be seeing him ever, which is probably for the better. But I'll be happy to style on him maybe after the series today. So Disruptor has been picked up, though, from Wheel as the counter from their second support grab, and he offers really good silence, and a glimpse works from a long range away, which could disrupt Enigma's black hole, so he'll still have to get a BKB, and just really good at being a good crowd controller. So, yeah. I think a silencer would have been better, but Disruptor is where it's at, and I love that hero as well.
Yeah, he's a fun hero, but not as good in lane, I think. Silencer, like, you take, like, Silencer throws up 2 spells and then hits you with his glaive once and you're dead. That's what it feels like anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess I'm silenced, I'm disarmed, and I'm actually just dead on the floor. I don't know what else happened, but what a rough time.
I think Disruptor still does good zonage, just to kind of go on. I mean, the Thunderstrike's pretty good, and he definitely has a decent base attack and a long-range one at that, so he can still zone back a pretty good offlaner, but there's the last 2 coming out, Brew and Phantom Lancer. So here's going to be our first Phantom Lancer of the day, I believe, and it's going to be in the hands of Sleesel. Okay.
We've switched things up, man. Last game, it was Voidboys who had an incredible late game. This game, we are like, all right, we're putting all of our eggs to this Sniper, Phantom Lancer basket. Let's hope to God we make it there alive. Because who knows, dude? Honestly, the way this series is going.
Oh.
BN playing the Troll Warlord. It is a mid-troll safe lane Brew unless Pat Soul decides to go mid. We'll see.
Pat Soul Brew. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's weird.
That also just doesn't feel like a Pat Soul kind of a hero to me. That's interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Brewmaster gets a lot of farm. He gets a quick Blink Dagger, and he will be able to snowball. But Pat Soul is just kind of that guy who likes to make a late game impact. He's like, he wants to be able to show what he's earned. Like, I built this. I got all this sweet farm and these sweet items, and now I'm going to beat your ass with it, and you better like it, kind of a thing. Brew is good. He's great crowd controlling and being a bouncer and getting in the face and breaking through those front lines to get a hold of Sniper. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic pick. I'm curious to see what Pat Soul will do with it. So, if we get into the game now, this is match number 2 of this best of 3 series. 1 up right now for Voidboys, and I'll lead off your introduction here. On your right-hand side, it is the said Voidboys. We got Pat Soul, who's going to be playing that Brewmaster. Beyond's going to be playing the Troll. Omega Poner right behind, playing your support Lion. That leaves Fly on the Enigma. And last but not least, making his way up to the north, it's Mercy Please playing the Clockwork.
Mercy Please with the incredible shackle shots last game. We'll see if his hook shots are just as good. Meanwhile, on the other side for Wheel, they have Sleesel playing her Safe Lane Phantom Lancer going for a Stout Shield, Ring of Protection combo to stay alive. We have Derp playing the Vengeful Spirit, Relic playing Sniper, Goody playing the Disruptor. They're actually all 3 in a line. Goody runs out first to break that beautiful line. And then Onyx Mike, who needs a confidence game. He needs a confidence booster after that last game. He has got to find he's got to find a win here. He's got to find a victory. And Tidehunter is one of the better heroes to do it. We'll see how they play up in this game. Again, they have to win this game to force the game or series to game number 3. So we'll see. It's going to be a tough game for Wheel. But they have the PL, they have the Sniper. We'll see what happens.
Mike moves pretty deep to put down a sentry that blocks the pole camp, but they scout him out on the way out. So by deduction, they'll have a pretty good idea as far as where that sentry will be. But do they have the sentry for the sentry is another question, and it doesn't look like they do. So Fly, though, and aside from that, has plenty of camps to work with, though, in his Enigma, so he shouldn't have too much trouble. And Omega Poner, who's still kind of running around. He went boots first here, and he's just looking to probably play a bit more aggressive early on. He's probably going to step off to the lane and try to zone back Mike a bit from this first wave or so, not allowing him to get a whole lot, but he got plenty of regen.
Mike, I hate to tell you, this Sentry Ward doesn't block.
That's a little too far away there, Mike.
It's just a little bit. I was like looking at that ward when he put it down. I'm like, I don't actually think that blocks. That's not an Observer Ward, Mike.
I gave him the benefit. I felt it was a bit too far to the right, but maybe the box is bigger. But as I see the camp spawn, I mean, it was a bit risky to go that deep. So maybe it's just like, I got to get it down and get the hell out of here. And he just didn't get it quite far enough. So it was an admirable effort.
The other awful thing is he's been mana drained. He has no mana whatsoever. Oh, he does have 10 tangos though, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. That's a lot. Goody
10
rotates
tangos,
down.
2 salves. Holy crap. He's ready to get his ass beat quite a bit, and he'll just kind of eat his leaves and try to fill on up. And even has the help now from Goody, so they are putting a lot behind this Mike to not get bullied out from this lane too quick. They want to make sure that Pat Soul doesn't have too easy of a time early Thunderstrike, but they're focused on Mike. They get the clap, and he's going to go down. One smack right there, and it's Omega Poner who draws first blood. Voidboys capitalize on a weak and wounded Mike, and who had no mana to spare, and they get their first kill.
If I'm Mike and this game continues to go poorly, I think I just become an alcoholic.
He's not already? I don't know. I don't think so. I just thought so.
You know, you'd expect it, but oh my god, that sentry is literally a centimeter away from the observer ward. Are you joking me?
Where?
And now he thinks that it's not there. He's not going to put another one down. Omega opponent, please.
Oh, real unfortunate. But you know what? That to his credit, he saw Mike walk out. He saw him walk out from that area and figured that there was something there. He didn't block the camp, so there's got to be something there. He had a ward going in, and he just figured it was going to be there. And I guess Mike's bad ward proves to be a bit of mind games, and now he gets that op still. But here comes Omega Poner, scouts out Goody. They trade blows here. Pops the kinetic field. Is the mid laner coming over? Relic is there. Shrapnel 1, Shrapnel 2. He's
Roche.
peeping on him.
Roche.
Did he get denied? Hit me, Roche. Ah!
Yes.
That was just like a, get the hell out of my pit. You're not ready to face me.
Roche is facing the corner.
Just look away. Just like...
I can't handle this. He doesn't turn back around? Roche.
He's like, I'm sorry. I'm on timeout now.
What a silly game, man. I'll say this for Wheel. They do have the highest CS in all 3 of their lanes.
Yeah.
Top, mid, and bottom. Even you'd expect Mike to not be having a great time. He is more CS than the Brew. Although Mike's he's taking a creep way. Okay, there he goes.
He's just keeping it away from the tower, you know. Doesn't want the tower to get the shots, and this is where he wants it to rest. And it's just so funny to me. He gets to keep this obs ward because of his sloppy sentry ward, which could have been a mind game the whole time. They just probably figured there was something down there, and they misplaced the ward trying to get that one down there, and maybe in case there was something up and above, they can get that one too, but he put it too far up, and it's just so funny to me. So he can feel a little bit extra safe in this lane, and he's bringing together the CS now. He has so much regen that he'll be here for quite some time. So he'll go toe-to-toe here with Pat Soul, who doesn't even bother with the early Drunken Haze or anything like that, going more into the clap. A lot of movement still happening here. How's Fly doing? Level 4 at 4 minutes in. He's got a Soul Ring. Pretty good there for your Enigma. Mid lane, though. Okay, Relic. Early Shrapnel to fly out onto Beyond. Relic is at 20 and 10 CS, while your Troll is at 14 and 4. So it is a bit of a struggle as expected. I think Sniper just kind of easily controls the CS game here.
And the interesting thing is BN going for 2 points into that Berserker's Rage early, which is not unheard of, but I guess he wants more move speed, more bash. It's not like the range increases or anything for your whirling axes. I don't know. It's kind of a strange pickup, but not unheard of. He's still doing okay. They have the juggling enigma, which we talked about. Mercy Please is very close by to a couple of these heroes.
Please don't see me. Please don't see me. Uh-oh. Creep's hitting him. He's got to go. And he might be scouted here. Though. Yeah, he can walk away. He has cogs, so if he has to, he can just pop him right there and walk down the stairs. No problem. But, hey, he gets in there deep. He's able to kind of get that easy XP. No problem. And he'll walk back to lane. Level 4, and he's only got... Oh, he's got 11 CS. That's pretty good if you're off lane. Mercy Please. Not as good as Mike at 19 and 1, but still finding his way in the off lane.
Well, you're never going to shut down a Tide Hunter with a jungling and Enigma unless like you come in Black Hole or your Malphus early. It's just...
Yeah.
Mike will get experience. He will get CS. Even with pulling, it just doesn't matter. Should it be more going for the Brewmaster and less going for the Tide? Absolutely. I don't think Mike should have 23. That's a bit too much.
It's going to be a Midas on your PL. So that's the greedier path some have chosen. More, you know, just kind of straight power treads, Aquila from there, but he is going for the Midas, really anticipating the late game, and they might get a kill here on a Mercy Please. There's going to be a glimpse if they need it, so clock should go down. And he will kind of get the vision there, glimpses him back, but the cogs were still there. Oh, that last little lingering right click pops out from Goody and secures the kill. So, and yeah, ends up being 2 for 2 as they got Mike on the bottom lane at the same time.
Yeah, Mike goes down. So off lane for off lane, which at this point benefits Voidboys a bit more because you really need to kill that Tide, and he has way more CS, although the clockwork going down is a big problem because he's not 6 yet. Mike's level 6. Mike is 2 levels ahead of the opposing offlaner. That is a big problem. They're going to look for a kill. They have a double damage. They're going to Malphus. He has Ravage. They're going to get the split off. Actually cancels the animation for it. He says, I don't think we need this. And now they go for the kill. They get it done. They get the battle trance right at the end there, but they don't need it really at all. And nice play.
Yeah, what an insult from Pat Soul. He's like, I'm going to split. Yeah, you're not worth it. I cancel it, and I'll just smack it down. And with that, they're able to get a nice little success with their first Enigma gank, taking down Mike, which you called out they'd really needed. So now they can add some pressure on this Tier 1. And it's Goody to come back to the lane now. Goes in from the Tier 2 side to be safe. And Is here has a bit of defense. Will they make the dive? They still have the split here. If he gets caught, he could be in a bit of trouble, so he has to play it safe. Way up to the north unless, you know, he gets more help. But it looks like it's not there quite yet. Mike's coming, but he's got to walk his way there.
Yeah, nice tier 1 tower. I mean, when you have an Enigma and you're in this position, this is what you see more often than not. Offlane tower going down, Enigma with the Eidolons coming in, helping get the kill on it. And this provides a lot of gold. Mike walks up, advised. They could go for the kill.
He might need to. He's got to. He gets it out. It connects, but he still goes down, I'm sure. There's the rock. Boop, gets him. He drops. And now with the rotations coming in, Sniper going to get cycloned up. And now they pressure on to Goody. Goody's going to get rocked and stunned. And, well, right clicks. Not there. And Pat Soul goes back to himself. And there's going to be the Thunderstrike. He's like, get over here, Goody. Can't get the clap off. He gets shot down. Double kill for Relic. Unbelievable.
Oh my good. Wow, Pat Soul is going Midas. Alright, he bought it before he died, so I guess it's fine. But
you don't see that. This is, yeah, maybe he saw the Midas come together in a PL. He's like, I might need to get a Midas now. But this is greedy gaming coming out from both sides, but I don't think a Brew can utilize a Midas as well as a PL. But maybe Pat Soul will prove me wrong.
Fly goes Midas, I'm done. I'll lose it. Yeah,
Disruptor goes Midas thereafter.
Yeah, I mean everybody goes Midas. It's a party. Everybody do the dinosaur. Hook shot in onto Relic. Glimpse back. Cog's not connecting. Relic's gotta get away. And Mercy Please is like, I'm out of mana. There's Shrapnel. Bien's probably gonna get killed. Relic's canceled his assassination animation like 6 times. He hasn't actually used it once. That's kind of awkward.
Just letting him know he's thinking about it. Shrapnel is just such a
dumb ability.
Ridiculous ability. I just hate it.
It's pretty dumb.
I just want to punch him in that face. I just hear that dumb laugh, and you're all slow. Shut up,
God.
I'm going to beat the hell out of you. And I'm sure that's how Voidboys feel. But Relic has been doing a really nice job. He's 2-0. Very cheeky player. 1,700 gold built up. There's that stupid freaking laugh. But what is he going to get? We see a nice little array of buildups here. I'm trying to recall what's Relic's sniper flavor. Anything bouncing out as far as what could be the key here in this game?
I think he needs Mom. He has phase boots, so he needs some sort of attack speed. S&Y maybe afterwards. Maybe Maelstrom Mjolnir also works, but Maelstrom Mjolnir I don't know. Maybe it's a good choice this game. Survivability against the Clockwork would be nice. BKB at some point in time. So I'm thinking phase Mom S&Y.
He found someone to peep on here. Dropping down the shrapnels too. Don't overcommit. Pat Soul's on the way. Relic gets the hell out of there, so thank goodness there for your Lion. Pat
Soul's running at him, and he's like, you know what I really wish I had right now? A Blink Dagger. Frickin' Midas.
But now I gotta wait, because I got a Midas. And that's... A Midas is at its worst when you first get it. It's great attack speed, but it just means you gotta hold off a little bit longer so you can get those sweet items together, so... He'll be waiting a little bit till he gets that Blink Dagger. Mech, though, is complete on Fly. They pop the Dank Memer, and now they're going to be walking towards Ancient side where Smoke's going to go and be popped immediately. Uh-oh! Drop a Static Storm and a Ravage. Oh, this is disaster for Voidboys. They need to get out of this and drop the Black Hole or something, but it might be too late. It's been already a lot of damage thrown out from Wheel, though the split does come off. They're all going to get Goody here. He goes, gets denied from Roche. Up and above Mike now. Under the focus from Mercy Please and your Troll with a DD on top of all of it. I don't think your Watermelon Monster is going to be able to get away from this. Cogs go down, bumps him forward, but he's still good. Relic there, pops the Shrapnel, gets the shot off. Mercy Please with 10 life, able to walk away. And it ends up being only a 1-for-1? Unbelievable.
No, 2-for-1.
Oh, 2-for-1. Okay. Oh, they got the line. Okay.
That could have been so much worse, and should have been so much worse for Voidboys. Not often you get a Static Storm Ravage onto 3 and only get 2 kills out of it. Somehow that goes their way. That was no PL there. Troll gets in a bit late. Mercy Please gets in a bit late. Bien almost getting the kill on the Tidehunter. The Cogs actually push him. I think they should have waited for Battery Assault, but it probably would have been too late at that point. And that gives a lot of room for Wheel. I mean, now your 2 heroes that are going to be doing work in the late game are already doing work now.
Yeah.
Sleesel as well as Relic are both at a really good spot. Relic goes for a Blink Dagger, which I think is a huge pickup this game. He is going to really have positioning, and that's the biggest thing. It's really more about defensive positioning than anything else here for the sniper. And he's going to blink forward now, offensive positioning. The end, if he goes down, this will be a huge kill. Assassination, kaboom. Got him.
Relic, man, now 4-0 on this sniper. Already had good positioning without the blink. Now he's got it. And that is scary. So now we can look to invest more into the damage side of things, and Voidboys really need to kind of get their act together at this point. They need a way to kind of get in his face. And you think having a clockwork, that should be no problem, but it's proven to be a bit more difficult. Every time he seems to kind of try to get in there, it just seems like Relic's in the dark, or he'll have someone like a Disruptor or a Vengeful Spirit nearby that'll be there to bail him out. So with that, you see PL continues to farm up just in case there's that point when Relic might not be able to be there. You still got this PL that's up in your face. So there's just so much security there for Wheel. It's just looking like a very strong start. This will take a bit more for Voidboys to try to come back. It's definitely not going to be an easy of a game as it was in the last one.
The thing that really makes me scratch my head is like you have such an early game team fight lineup, especially with like Troll and Patsoul and the Brew, and Patsoul goes for Midas. Like, I understand you want to stay toe to toe with the Sniper and Sleesel on the PL, but like that's not really your game plan. I think your game plan is just to fight early, and then from that point snowball. And if you get a couple of kills, then maybe buy Midas and keep pace. Otherwise, you know, do your best to get kills with the Blink Dagger that you have and go from there. But he's still at 13 minutes, doesn't have a blink. And because of that, they can't really fight.
They want Relic mid lane. Mercy's trying to line up the shot, but he keeps getting around this range creep, and he's like, is it a good hook shot to even take right now? I don't even know who could be behind him, and that opportunity is going to leave him here as they pull back and away from that mid lane. A lot of Voidboys missing from the map. If we look at the wheel perspective, they only see Patsoul there at the bottom. Everyone else is in the dark, so they don't want to risk anything. Relic even joining Sleesel in some hand-in-hand farm here in the top lane. They just kind of want to continue to play this slow game. It's just worked out to their benefit that when they take an engagement, they seem to be the ones to come out on top. Even as crazy as that smoke engagement there at the bottom. And still, Omega Poner, Mercy Please, waiting here. Nearby in the woods, not finding an opportunity to make a jump happen.
This is turning into really awkward for Voidboys. They want to be the ones to put on pressure here. And Patsoul does get the Blink Dagger, so that's huge. Omega Poner actually spots out Relic. He does have Blink, though, and they can't get the kill.
I do want to note that Sleesel did max the Doppelganger ability, and that if I was with Purge, he would be yelling at me about that. So,
why is that?
I don't know. We were just having a small debate about PL, which, of course, is totally legitimate because there's been PLs all over the place. Ice, Offlane, Tranquil PL, you know, Fear, Banana Slam, Jamma. Now we're seeing Sleesel, even Midas. Everyone has their own way. I mean, we've even seen recently a stats build up. But I do like getting the Doppelganger for the quick movement, going from camp to camp, having the illusions to at least soak up some of the damage. And, yeah, you bring the cooldown so low. I just don't see a reason why not to. But then there's other people out there that are big advocates of leveling up Phantom Rush. And they think that that passive is just so crucial to have.
I don't know, man. Like, Phantom Rush is fine, I guess. But I feel like Doppelganger is such a short cooldown that you could, like, maybe escape in a team fight twice and stay alive. And not only that, but you can keep creep camps. You can, you can bait with the other illusion that takes the less damage, and I don't know. There's so much you can do with Doppelganger. I think Phantom Rush is very good. I just, I'm not gonna. I don't know enough about PL. They are gonna find Mike. He's gonna get fingered. He has Ravage. He's gonna get hooked. Can they stun-lock him? No, they cannot. They mech him out. The Static Storm as well. Now Fly silenced up as well. Derp. Mercy Please going in. They glimpse back in. Fly looking for a black hole, maybe. Now Sleesel walks in. Black hole comes through. They catch Sleesel. They catch the real one. The assassination's gonna go. Sleesel in trouble. He has Doppelganger in 2. Can't get out in time. Now Relic gonna get manned up on. There's the split. Can they cyclone him? Can they throw the boulder toss? They will cyclone him. Be on his solo. He's gonna have to just bottle up and regen as quickly as possible. Relic is low. The battle trance going in. Glimpse back on another hero. That was Omega Poner. Now you look at Patsoul, he's too far in. It looks like Relic still might fall here. Clap the right click. It might be worth it. Patsoul is about to fall. Match missile, he'll go down. Turns into, I believe, a 3 for 2. No, a 2 for 2 in the end. Still, though, very good fight. I mean, I guess we'll get the better end, but Voidboys, at least they get the 2 cores that they desperately needed to kill.
Yeah, he really wanted that bounty. That 4-0 bounty just looked too sweet to pass up, and if Patsoul had to diveify for it, then he certainly will, and at least for his sake, he was able to grab that kill and walk away. But now 7-10. That was not as smooth as Voidboys were hoping for. They had a good lead in grabbing a hold of Mike, but somehow they didn't have enough to bring him down. He's just too big and bad. I don't know what it was. They had, what was it, the initial stun, they had the Malfist, they had the hook shot thereafter, but it just wasn't enough. He was able to get off the quick Ravage. A mech came out soon after, and the swap save from Vengeful Spirit was beautiful, but it still was Voidboys able to kind of put Wheel in a bit of disarray as the black hole caught Sleesel there at the end. That was just an unbelievable catch that shouldn't have happened, but it did, and had Sleesel not been caught by that, it would have been easily all Wheel all day.
Absolutely. I think Wheel are still in a pretty good spot, though. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Sleesel going down, he has his Midas still helping him out. He's going for Yasha into a Manta style more than likely. Actually, might just go Yasha Diffusal Blade and then maybe finish up the Manta later. There's a couple of options. By the way, Goody is going for a Blink Dagger on this Disruptor, which is very big in this game because of positioning and how it's been a big factor. Voidboys smoke up, they're going to head to Roche. They need something to go their way, and they're going to try to take this bad boy down.
Troll no Morbid Mask. Very uncharacteristic, as he only has Phase Boots, Aquila, and Yasha.
No
but
Falling Blade either.
Yeah, they're just doing it the good old-fashioned way here. They have Mercy Please up on the high ground, currently smoked. Nearby, Mike is working with an Ancient stack, but it seems like he does not have an idea of what's going on. I don't think that wave went all the way across. And they get the catch on the Mike with the high ground vision. He could go down. He has Ravage, but he's doing the dance. He can't get out. There's going to be the swap save. Oh, it's too late to stop Patsoul. He gets the split off, though the Ravage does fly. A Static Storm to zone the rest of Voidboys back. They are able to bring down the clock, but there's going to be the return, taking down the Disruptor. On the back lines here, it looks like they get the secondary grab, finishing off the Vengeful Spirits. So Voidboys, not only do they take Roche and Aegis, they take that fight too, and only losing their Clockwork.
This Clockwork is a martyr at this point. He's not farmed, really. I mean, he just finished Blade Bill in 19 minutes. He's level 9, so he's not even close to level 2 ultimate yet. He really is putting it all on the line so that his team can survive and get kills and thrive. But in the end, it's more often than not than just getting kills and supports. The swaps have been amazing. The Blink Dagger from Relic to get away. They have to find some way to shut that Blink Dagger down. Whether to split earlier to send the Fire Panda up so that the Emblem burns him. And I don't know. They just need to make sure they stop the Blink, because that's the biggest issue. He stays in the back. Then if he sees any hero running at him, he's like, well, time to blink away. See you guys later. Have a good one. It's so tough to get a hold of him. Yeah. It's not easy.
No, it is not. And with that Blink Dagger pickup on Disruptor that you already pointed out, it makes me feel like Wheel are going to consider to go a bit more aggressive. The only reason you get a blink on Disruptor is like you want to be able to get a quick blink Static Storm setup, or a blink to catch someone with a glimpse when they're trying to walk away. Right. Maybe a cheeky little blink to send someone back to base after a careless TP, but more often than not, it's like you're trying to look for plays to set up. So I know PL is a bit of a fighting kind of a hero once you're able to get something like a Diffusal Blade, and maybe that would be the point that they decide to kind of go aggressive. Sleesel does already have one Blade of Alacrity towards that Diffusal and about 900 gold, about 1k now after he finishes out and pops that Midas, but still has a little ways to go. But once PL gets the Diffusal, which all PLs love to do, that's when he just kind of evolves, goes crazy, Super Saiyan. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but he definitely turns into a different creature, and it gets ugly.
He actually almost has the Diffusal Blade. His second Blade of Alacrity was already on the Courier after getting that 900 gold. So
oh, wow.
With this Creep Wave, he's pretty much got it.
Okay.
Which is pretty big. I don't know if he actually fights now. I still think that maybe he waits for another couple items. But they certainly could if they need to. And then Patsoul, if he gets jumped on and like Static Storm, they could kill him quickly before. And they, like, the biggest thing is they won't have mana to use Black Hole. They won't have mana to use Split. So it's very difficult now for Voidboys. Just as it was for Wheel in the last game when we talked about the Spectre getting Radiance for Patsoul. It's kind of a reverse of the last game, if you will.
It's going to be
opponent's
hard.
Gonna Sleesel, oh, the double Derp gets figured up. That's not who they wanted, but I guess they'll take it.
Yeah,
just kidding.
They send Mercy back to bottom lane. And Goody's going to be able to TP away because the stun had already been used. It looked like from Poner. It was on cooldown when I clicked on him, but maybe it just came up. He actually blinks across there, hoping to get anyone, but this time they will not. So, a bit of a tiff there, but no blood will be drawn. And yeah, just to kind of go forward with that, I mean, I'm looking over Pat Soul and his mana base, which is not that big, about 500, and you got to consider like over half of that has got to be committed towards his split in just one clap. So he gets hit like 3 times or something, it feels like, with this PL. He doesn't have the mana to do his combo anymore. So he's got to be cautious that he doesn't eat too many auto attacks or gets his split off pretty preemptively. But here's Beyond chopping away. He's got his Aegis, so he doesn't care about anything. He's just going to go ahead and secure this tier 2, and they'll walk away with their little bit of a purse and just kind of go from there. Maybe just going down the list and see if they can kind of go towards maybe some tier 2s before this thing expires.
You made a really good point about meta and Pat Soul, and they don't have arcanes on any of their heroes, which is another big issue. I mean, he has a bottle, but even that, like, maybe he goes for arcanes now that Diffuse Blade is up, and I think that should be an option. You take more damage, obviously, because the quicker you run out of mana, I mean, you take less damage from the Diffuser Blade at that point, but you really have to... Sleesel has a double damage rune, that's frightening. Yeah, Pat Soul, you might... Okay,
now
he's lucky.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was like that, he barely had enough mana to use the split. So, that was just like a tickle. Pat Soul's got to be careful, and you don't want to have to use a split defensively. That's when you know it's hard times, so... He is able to walk away. And, yep, that's just, it's a fickle thing. Wheel looking pretty strong here. Voidboys don't want to allow him to get to that point, so they continue to press forward here. Mid lane now seems to be the next target for that tier 2 grab. We'll see if Wheel look to defend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Thinking about it, split push is pretty strong. It's not the old PL where you could just leave him to his own devices and he could push in from lane to lane within seconds.
Yeah.
But this new PL does have a threatening ability to be able to just take down towers, regardless of, you know, how long your illusions last.
You get a lot of them really fast when you're fighting, but when you leave, they're gone. It's 4 seconds, so it's not like before where you could just leave an army and go away, and that army will truck on for another what feels like 5 minutes or whatever. This time it's like when you're gone, they're gone shortly thereafter. So you get them when you need them, but then they're gone.
As far as the illusions go, it has to be that way, because if the illusions lasted longer on this PL specifically, he kills everybody. Everybody's dead. The entire map is destroyed. There's no room for anybody to farm. People are running out of food stamps at that point, just trying to get any gold at that. So it's tough. But yeah, no, this new PL, you have to make that change.
The thing also is, recently they changed in a patch, any illusions do 25% less damage to towers. And probably pretty thankful for that, because PL would already be a whole nother beast on top of what it already is if he was able to do 100% of his illusion damage. That's more of a factor when he gets like a Manta or something like that, but still. He's going to put it to strong use here. Troll popping out his ultimate, he's just farming Ancients. Just respect from both sides, it looks like right now, as they just continue to itemize and wait for their next big pinnacle point to fight. I mean, the ball is in Voidboys' court as long as they have this Aegis in the hands of Troll. No, do they? No, it's gone now. So Aegis has now already expired. And that flew by really fast. And now we can see, 1 minute less as of recent. So now with it out in hand, we'll see if Wheel just kind of want to look to turn things around. Diffusal's already done, obviously, and in hand. Now a BKB has been picked up from your Enigma. That's a big grab. Because before it would have been too easy to stop.
When BN has BKB, I think they maybe wait for Roshan again and then they go, because I don't know what else you have to do, but you really can't wait any further. Sniper's already a big problem. Sleesel is becoming a big problem. It's just, I don't know, man. It seems very hard. Again, I don't want to be like this negative naysayer. I don't want to say that Voidboys can't win, because that's not true at all. But the further this game goes, the more scared I get for them. I mean, Black Hole is obviously a big ability, and if you get a big one off, then anything's possible. But the team fights from Wheel. If they're good enough, they just take the game. It's not even really a question.
Well, if you're a Wheel fan out there and you've been watching their games, you know what it feels like to have that heartbreak where they look like they're supposed to win the game, and then something happens somewhere and things just seem to crumble. Okay, Relic adding some nice pressure here onto Petzl in the mid lane, gets him down to about 3rd life. just with one shrapnel, a few auto attacks, and his assassinate. But you know, looks like Voidboys looking to pressure this mid lane and try to finish off this tier 2. Quick pop of the ultimate there from your troll, and he should be able to quickly bring it down. No glyph either going to be used from Wheel. They just kind of accept it's going to go down. And top lane, they've been split pushing here, going for their own tier 2 tower. Sleesel's brought it down to about a third life. And it doesn't look like anyone's nearby to contest it. Uh-oh, Goody's here. Gets pinged out, and he will quickly blink and TP away.
And I think this is a really smart play because they know that Goody's right behind him. They don't see him on the map, and that's why you're not seeing any TPs from Voidboys, because if anybody TPs, they're going to get glimpsed back. And that's a waste of time, and maybe even a kill for Wheel if they're lucky enough to find a hero. So Goody playing aggressively behind the PL, and that's the type of play they can make. And I think that's a really cool combo. It's like, because you know you're eventually going to have to TP back as the split pushing is happening, and then you just get glimpsed. So actually, Wheel are now starting to finally put pressure in on some of these lanes. For the most part, Voidboys have done a very good job taking towers, pushing lanes, and making sure that Wheel feeling comfortable. But now it's them. Look, shot's gonna miss. Not gonna connect. They will find Mike anyways. He probably has to Ravage here. No, forces away. Blink out coming from Relic. He'll TP out. And goodbye, Mike. It's been nice knowing you.
He gets caught. It's not the fight they want to take. Will not commit a Ravage. BKB was popped, though, from the troll, maybe anticipating it or something from Disruptor to stop him. But
yeah,
it's a charge down. They don't have to lose their Ravage. Mike's only out 40 seconds, and there's not pressure coming their way towards the base. It is what it is. I thought I heard a tower go down in exchange for it, but it doesn't look like Wheel were able to get anything else. But yeah, just a nice little solid grab, it looks like, for now for Voidboys. And you can tell there was a tier 1 tower? Okay.
Yeah, the one bottom. That's where they were going to defend, but it wasn't. Relic took it down with the right click. By the way, Roche is up in like 10, actually 5.
Actually 3.
Yeah.
Actually 2.
Actually
1. Hey,
there it is.
All right. He's already taken down 2 opponents this game. Fun fact, Maut.
Roche on MVP, dude.
2-0.
He's spent a lot of neutral
Actually, no.
kills.
I guess technically, what, 2-1? He did go down
he's done
already.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can he win here? I don't know.
I like how he just... He lets them walk into his pit. Like, he knows that they're there. He sees them clearly. He's not blind.
It's like, just don't cross this line. Just don't get in my face. That's when we have problems.
Me, I will kill you.
You leave that creepy kid in the corner alone. He'll get you.
Don't touch me.
Top lane, Patzel trying to push back what Sleesel keeps pushing forward here. And yeah, just Wheel trying to keep the pressure across the lane so that they could be the ones to take advantage of the Roche. They don't want to allow Voidboys to get another, because that would be a good way for them to come back into the game. And Wheel, if they do secure a Roche, that kind of asserts their dominance in the game that they pretty much have had up to this point. The net worth may be in the favor of Voidboys, XP still in the favor of Wheel, but they just seem to have the roster and the cast, I guess, of heroes that could really thrive in the later game, and that's what a lot of people seem to be banking on. We'll have to see if that's the case. It is all about execution after all, and we'll see what happens here. This is where tension builds up. Roche is up and ready for a brawl, and both teams continue to scout it out.
I will say this. As many times as Mercy Police has died, he has still made really important hook shots. I don't think Mike has had that kind of impact. It really comes down to his Ravages, and most of them have been him like, oh, shit, I'm dying. I have to press my R button now. That's what it feels like.
Tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Mercy Please and Voidboys smoking up looking for Wheel. Wheel now up into the high ground for the most part. And Voidboys say it's Roche time. We have the damage. We have the potential to take this down within seconds. And this is probably their Roche, I think.
I'm surprised Wheel don't have the ward up on the high pedestal. They went with the ward over in the front. They're going to see Mercy Please walk towards the pit here. But what they don't know is the rest of the group already smoked in there. So as they walk towards the pit, anticipating maybe they started it, it's actually finished here. Do they quickly go for the fight? No. Mike was close, but now he gets caught for being too close. Scouted under that high ward, and now he might be in trouble here. Do they turn and make a fight happen here? They have to decide quick. Mercy Please is actually very low. He could end up going down. There's going to be the Ravage, but BKBs have been popped. Fly is looking for a black hole to drop down as Troll goes onto Mike here from the back end side. Finds the black hole, catches both supports. Finger flies out from the back end side as they get the finish. 2 for 2 is the count right now. And Troll's BKB will expire. They're looking for Derp Derp. They ping it out. There's a Tomahawk, and they're not going to get it. But there's the shot coming out from Relic out of nowhere. Gets the kill onto the support Lion. and makes it a 3 for 2. Is it over yet? No. Uh-oh, Relic. No! You don't blink forward. Not on a troll. Now he pulls back, and maybe the troll might have gone too far. Sleesel gets on his butt, starts chopping it away, and now Troll's got no mana, nowhere to go. Patsoul trying to help him out with the clap right there. Could be enough. Sleesel can't quite get close enough. Has another Lance, looking to go back. He'll go for Patsoul now. Patsoul will go down.
What is he doing? I don't understand.
It was a bit of a hot mess there at the end, and they're going to get to claim a gem as well. That ends up being, what, a 4 for 2 when the dust settles. Advantage for Wheel.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue was that, I mean, they got a great black hole off, but they just couldn't finish off the sniper or the troll. The troll was cycloning up in the air, and then all of a sudden, Relic's like, I'm back. I never really left in the first place. And with those two heroes running amok, it's very difficult for them to take any sort of fight. And now Sleesel has, I think, a Scotty. Yeah, full Scotty, Diffusal 1, and MKB done for Relic.
Whoa. Those are a couple of big badass items that just came from Wheel. Okay. That felt really uncharacteristic for Voidboys. Maybe Patsoul was like, oh, Troll's got the Aegis, he'll just fight it out to the death and come back, and with his second life, we'll be able to bring this fight back. But yeah. Troll was very hesitant, and he's like, I don't really want to commit my second life, and was getting chased down from Sleesel, and at that point, he was just too far from Patsoul, and they got separated, and Patsoul was going to be the victim. So it was very awkward, something we don't see a lot from the Voidboys squad. Usually when they make a bad engagement, it's all of them together, not like some stragglers here and there. It's more they're either in it to win it or not. Oh, the glimpse only puts Fly a few inches, but it's enough to scout him out. He's going to be forced to pop out the BKB. He's on the run. And, well, Mike catches up. Still gives him vision. They're waiting for the BKB to end. You hear the shots flying out. Oh, there's the blink forward. See you later, Fly. Boom! Gets the catch. Relic now back on a killing spree. His sniper is at a very impressive 8-1-5.
Yeah, he needed to not BKB there. That's just how it goes. Sometimes you make the decisions, sometimes you don't. Either way, not really helping him out. That BKB now getting lower, obviously sitting at a 8-second charge. Speaking of Scotty, BN doesn't have one, so that's something. But like, he needs a blink this game, really, is what he needs. Like, this is the big problem for Troll, is that he can't catch out. He can't actually catch out the sniper without a blink dagger. And they're anticipating this Clockwork to do all the work for them. That's the wrong idea. Or the Enigma, for that matter, who doesn't have the blink, but he probably could go for one. They need blinks almost on like every hero, feels like, in this game, in order to catch everybody. If BN gets a blink dagger, I will reconsider my statements about Voidboys and their chances to win this game. But until that happens, I don't see them really coming out successfully here. I think this is going to go to game 3, but that's just a preliminary analysis, I should say.
Yeah, whenever I see a troll versus sniper, I kind of put out the call like, yeah, blink is something that needs to be considered, and usually they do end up getting it, but it's almost feel like a luxury pickup. They want to get the essentials and the core damage items underway first, and then they grab the blink thereafter. It could be something he fills in the spot of the Aegis once that does expire. We'll have to see.
That is a core damage item if you can't catch the hero. Like,
that is true.
If you can't do any damage, then you have to consider purchasing it. Like, I mean, yeah, you can kill the other supports. You can kill maybe Sleesel if you're lucky, which, by the way, he hasn't died this game, I don't think. No, he has. He's 2-1-3. I don't know when he died, but he did go down. Oh, I think he got... Nah, I don't remember. Either way, you have to consider a blink dagger on a lot of these heroes. And until he gets that item, I think they should just continue to farm and find their own kind of... And that should be... I feel like that will be his next item. I'm not 100% certain of it, but I have a pretty good feeling that will be his next item.
We'll see if that's the case. It's also getting to that point where you might need to consider getting those invested gold nuggets into some buyback. So we'll see if it's something else. Fly as well. Might be getting a blink dagger here after this camp. He's got the gold for it, and you can just tell how crucial it is for them to get good positioning these fights for the most optimal of black holes. Last time it was pretty good, but it only got 2 supports. Not like he really kind of brought down the house, but we'll see. As if the blink is going to be enough to get him in a good position. Yep, there it is. And Boots of Travel as well for your Sleesel PL. So now he's going to be able to kind of split push on the side, and when he needs to be back to defend, or if a fight's about to break out, he can be there at a moment's notice. So his PL has progressed very, very well. He's got the 2 boots, 2 feats method, so probably looking to replace those power treads with something else here shortly.
I love the 2 boots. The multicolored boot. the treads and then the boots of travel as well. He's an all-purpose kind of guy.
It's very hipster, but these kids need to express themselves some ways, I guess.
Bien. All right, Bien. Go. There. The side shop's right there. Please. I know you're gonna do it. I know you're gonna do it.
Fine,
yes.
Maut. Fine. I got it.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
All right. There we go. Now, there we go. There we go.
Now is how this is how Voidboys win the game. He doesn't show off that blink, or they just don't notice it, and he blinks and he kills everybody. That's it, right there.
Now, if it does turn into a very profitable fight here for Voidboys, there's still a buyback on Sniper to make a quick return. Because I imagine they would love to make a go, and now they should know he does have a blink. He was only in sights for a brief moment, so they
I
might
don't know,
not
man.
Click them. They might not.
I think they're probably
now
looking
they know.
for the. They probably know the Aegis. Yeah, they probably look for the Aegis. Now they know that he's a blink dagger for sure. I think, and it's tough. The positioning. You got to be on point if you're Relic right now.
You know what though? It's also hard to blink in on a sniper with that frickin' shrapnel, man. Such a big spread of damage. If he sees where Troll is, he might just casually throw a sniper or a shrapnel onto him just to make sure he can't blink anywhere. So it's going to be a hard time even for your Troll. It's just going to be maybe who can kind of get the quick catch, a quick smoke gank, a good quick pick. I'll have to find out.
Speaking of quick pick, Sleesel, Black Hole, no, womp womp.
Tried to own up to it there at the end, but that doppelganger, man, too good. Quick sidestep. Now they could get Mercy Please, who's going to be forced to pop his BKB. That was his first pop of it, and he has to use it defensively just to walk on away. Not good there for Voidboys with Black Hole down. Wheeler like, all right, let's go. Maybe we can get together and make a push happen. No Black Hole threat. Let's do it.
Haste.
We have yet to see Mike put like an aggressive like force ravage to use. It's really all been defensive. And maybe soon he goes for it. He is very utility tied onto this game. This is one of the most utility tides I've ever seen.
Yeah, screw that refresher orb crap. Mike wants to get Mech, Ghost, play mail towards probably a Shivas. He's a beast. And it's worked to his benefit. Some of these engagements started with them jumping Mike, and because they couldn't bring him down in time, he was able to get the Ravage off, and they just turned it right back around. So just credit to him to be able to take a big ass beating and kind of get the fight their way. So they have a big push coming now in from the north here that pressures them back, and I guess Wheel, it's now their chance to control the majority of this map, and maybe they'll be the ones to make a go at the Roche. We see the secondary timer now, and it's a relatively long one. We got another minute and a half or so it'll be a little bit.
This game has devolved into farming again.
Yep.
Kind of a snooze fest. 12-16. Like, where's the action, guys? Come on.
I mean, you can kind of feel this is phase 2. You know, it's only down to these 4 teams. Only one of them's going to be making it to the big show in Bucharest. So I can understand maybe a bit of nerves here. You're kind of playing uncharacteristic that we usually see from our NA Dota teams. They're going to take this one a bit more serious.
It's not that NEL style run at you, but meanwhile, Relic is going to get run at. He will pop his own BKB. Fly doesn't have Black Hole. Had he had it, maybe this fight goes differently. Relic now turning it on into Mercy Please the blink in. Patzel going to Derp. He's got his split if necessary. Mike does have Ravage. Blink gets off. Beyond running it as well. Relic just gets the blink off. Beyond not getting there in time. Sleesel, the permabash. Sleesel going to work. Bien is dead. Derp still alive somehow. Uh-oh, this is turning disastrously for Voidboys. IX Mike in some trouble, but so is Pat Soul. Pat Soul running away. The Earth Panda. Pat Soul getting brought down. The illusions, the right click. Goodbye. Both cores falling to the dirt. Sleesel gets a double kill. And what would be the first engagement that actually meant something in a long time. Might even just win them the game. At least force out some buybacks from Voidboys.
I'm not too sure what Voidboys were thinking with that. I mean, it was clear that they were like, let's fight, because it was Clockwork starting things off with that hookshot onto Relic. They immediately pull out all their defensive maneuvers to get the sniper out from those cogs. He pops his BKB and gets himself into a new position. But I don't even think Lion was really there to be a part of it. I don't even think they were all situated. It was just a bit sloppy. And another jump in for Mercy. He gets sent back with the glimpse, but here's a Mega Poner. There's your Lion. Now shows up, gets the zap. That gem will go down. And the rest of the Wheel crew have already made their way out from this mid lane. But they do get some nice pressure on this mid lane. Tier 3 goes down pretty low.
Derp's like, it's fine. We'll just buy another gem, whatever. He literally buys one as soon as they lose it. That's how it goes, I guess. They're just rich, man. And they forced the buyback from the Brewmaster. And again, I think they should have waited for Black Hole, because that was a perfect situation for Fly to BKB Black Hole there. Unless I don't know if the Venge was nearby. I'm not sure he could have swapped him, but that's the situation. If they had gotten Venge, I'm not 100% sure if he was in the vicinity for the Black Hole, but if they got Venge, then boom, they just win that fight outright. Now they have to smoke up. They have to make a kind of uncharacteristic play. They have to run directly at Wheel.
Oh, man.
There is some really good ward coverage on the top spot, so it looks like we'll have a decent understanding that they're probably headed towards Roche, and in fact,
they're going to get it.
And they are.
They're going to get it. There's no one nearby to stop them. That was just very convenient for them. They easily walk in, get their Roche, and walk on out. And that's very unfortunate. Wheel, in the meantime, we're like, well, we were just trying to smoke and maybe do something of the same. But they're not going to get to. Here they go. Can they find a pick here? Fly's close. They're creeping on forward. They have their Disruptor leading out the front, so if he gets vision to anyone, he can blink glimpse, and it's all over. And oh, boy. Oh, quick blink away from Fly. That might have just saved his life right there.
He doesn't have buyback if he goes down as well. He also has Cheese and BKB. Mercy Please doesn't have that same luxury.
Oh, they're trying to get vision for the glimpse. They really want to get Mercy Please here, but they are just a little too far.
Blind hook. Oh, he's not going for it. Yeah, that's it. They're going to counter ward. They had vision in the jungle there. They counter warded quickly with the gem. Flare will connect. They spot out Derp, kind of exiting, backing away. Voidboys, there is no... the time for farming is over. The time for trying to whoop some ass is now.
Yes.
But I don't think they really can anymore.
I want to see some ass whooping. They better find a way to do it, Maut. I'm ready for an ass whooping here. I mean, we didn't come here to go to sleep. We want to see these guys duke it on out. Sniper, PL. And I got to tell you, it was... I'm not trying to be biased, but it was a bit satisfying to see Troll put in his place with all those bashes.
Yeah,
a little bit taste of your own medicine there.
He got bashed hard. Let's just put it that way. I don't really...
That was a good
I don't see that often.
Yeah.
But it was indeed very satisfying. And he's gonna, I think, continue to be destroyed by Sleesel unless they could find a way to isolate him from his illusions. That's an Abyssal Blade, so...
That's a knife. That's a big one. Look at that. And 3,500 gold on top of it. He is already... Not really at critical mass. You know, you could sell it the Midas, of course, but he is getting there. Butterfly, MKB, depending upon where things go as far as this Troll, constantly keeping some of that money, of course, in reserve for your buyback, but essentially, Sleesel is about at his final form. We're looking at the Troll. He's still got his phase. BKB, how much time we got left on that? 6 seconds, near the bottom of it now. And, well... Still has Aegis in hand here. We're yet to see if Voidboys are going to look to make use out of it by trying to break the high ground at all, or if this is just kind of using their way to stall out this game a bit so that they can hope that they can run at wheel and have the better team fight.
It's just a tough situation for Voidboys again. They are playing aggressively now. They're moving up without a smoke. They're not pretending at this point. I think the plan is for Voidboys now to just march down mid and maybe try to find somebody in the process. This leaves Sleesel open for opportunities to push bottom. Voidboys know they have to get something done within the next couple of seconds. Actually, Sleesel's TPing back home, and the illusions will maybe clear out bottom lane, but they won't really put pressure. Those illusions aren't going to go any much further than that. Mike is right on the staircase. He walks out. He's looking for Fly. He's going to find him with the Gush. Fly's like, I'm not popping my BKB. I still have a lot to work with. And Voidboys are going to back up. They push out top instead. And, well, okay.
Yeah, that was weird. Mike walks out and he's like, you guys want to come in? I'm ready. And they're like, we don't want any of that, Mike. Sorry. And they just went up to the top lane instead. And now they're going to hide? I don't know. Finding a corner to chill out in. Maybe hoping that they wait here patiently enough that Wheel will side push this top lane a bit. Not there. They're just trying to push it with the rocket for now. And they're baiting this top lane pretty hard right now.
If this works, I'm... Oh, my God.
No.
It's going to work. It's going to work.
Sleesel shows up, and there's Mercy Please. They have set the trap, and they have caught Sleesel in it. Can they finish him off, though? They can with a black hole, but here's Relic. trying to come and help out. Can Sleesel make it out? He can't. He goes down. They do take down 2 in the process. Relic's got to get away from this troll, though. Here comes Mike. He's got Ravage. It doesn't matter, though. Troll goes down. That's just his first life. Mike's going to be waiting with the Ravage, ready to go. Dishes out Anchor. Give it to me, Mike. Where is it? Shivas is going to pop. The swap pack is there. He gets caught with the stun. The bears come out, and there it is. Only catching on to the troll, but that's more than enough to bring him down. Relic's going to get cycloned up, but they are able to still bring him down. And now, poor little Mega Poner will be next on the docket there. Relic is unstoppable. And the last survivor, Pat Soul, trying to just get what he can out of this, but it's going to be just a valiant effort here as it's a 4-on-1. Ends up being 5 for 1 all day. Yeah, they laid the trap. They got Sleesel, Maut. But they lost everyone else for it. Everyone.
Sleesel's like, baited. Easy.
Oh my god. That looked like it was going to be something special, but it just took them a little too long.
It took them 2 minutes to kill the freaking PL, man.
And this is
Which
not a
one's
hard
the real
PL.
one? I can't tell.
Oh,
He's dead, but we're all dead now. Relic's just like, I have an MKB. All of you are getting machine gunned down. Goodbye. See you later. They'll push top lane. No buyback coming in from the Panda. They have buyback for the Troll. How safe are Real willing to play this? I don't think they go for the tier 3 tower if there's a buyback from the Troll. They might get the tier 3. They might only force out the Glyph. I don't really think they... Actually, PL's TPing back in. Who knows what
it's okay to play it safe. You got to remember, this is a elimination match for them. They lose this, they are done with Star Ladder. They need this win just to stay alive. And this is a step in the right direction. Quickly, Sleesel shows up, swarms into the base. The tier 3 goes down, and as he's about to immediately take out the ranged racks, it forces the Glyph. But here comes Mercy Please jumping in. Blade Mail, BKB going to be popped. They simply walk away from him. And here comes Troll blinking forward. Static Storm to zone back the rest, but Troll's got a hold of Relic and chops him down. Can they do the same for Sleesel, though? Sleesel is going to work on Mercy Please, finishes him off, gets another one. And, well, let's see. Patzel moves back in behind. They're trying to take advantage of Wheel while they don't have the Ravage beyond, though, getting swarmed from Sleesel. But he still lives. Goes right through the illusions and sees the last remaining Sleesel alive. Gets it by the Poner stun and goes down. Voidboys put up a solid defense, and now Mike's in trouble. Pops the Ghost Scepter, but just delays the inevitable. Well, I wish I could force myself out of this game, but that's not happening, Mike. You go down. Double kill for Pat Soul. Voidboys are back, and they are not going anywhere. They want to end this. Good defense.
That was an impressive display. The blink finally pays off on Relic, or rather on the Bean Troll Warlord jumping onto Relic and getting that kill. Now, if only they had no buybacks on the side of Wheel, Voidboys would be able to push with reckless abandon and take hold of this game. However, that is just the beginning. And, I mean, that's a fantastic fight. That's huge. But, I don't know, man. It took them so long to kill Sleesel. Doppelganger. They even had to use the cheese there as well. Buybacks are going to be coming soon as they force out the Glyph. And the Glyph is down. Relic's going to be back up at 15. I'm not sure they even really pushed that hard into this.
They might just have to hope that the Glyph is enough, and they could even have to accept losing their racks. Sleesel might buy back, but Relic will be here at a moment's notice. Is it enough time for Voidboys to get the most base damage this game?
I don't know if you leave here. I guess you have to. I mean, they get the tier 3. Tier 3 for tier 3. Glimpse back in.
Okay,
he's fine.
Force forward.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're even now. We got a tier 3 down and some damage onto our racks here in the mid lane for Wheel, and on the top lane of Voidboys about the same. And that's not where we thought we would be. Voidboys put up one hell of a defense, and they show they're right back in this game. Still a pretty heavy net worth advantage for Wheel, but you can see with that spike back up, it was about a, 4 or 5K gold swing for Voidboy's favor. That's just that good old rubber band in play.
Lion has an Aghanim Scepter, so if they get a black hole and they get a finger off,
I'll get off. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, me too, man. Listen.
I mean, I think everyone will get off if we get to see that. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that is some Praygasm or KotLGuy worthy potential highlight reel in the making here. If Voidboys can find it. It's a big if on a team that already favors a lot in their positioning with a relic sniper and, of course, Mike, who should be looking to set up the best possible Ravage. It's going to be rough, though.
Let's see. This is Shiva. It's 2.8. All right, Mike.
Gotta be the refresher now, right?
Like, it's time for like refresher or blink dagger. I don't care which one. Just get one of them.
Yeah, you can't get away with this constant walking around Ravage stuff. You got to get in there. You got to get in there. You got to get out of there.
Sisal has a heart and a Scotty. Oh my God, he has 4K health.
He's big.
I don't think they can. Okay, so we talked about the finger, which by the way is like 1,000 damage. Yeah, that's like 1/4 of his HP pool.
That's like a nudge. Like you just like
it's one of those little black bars, man.
Pinch Sleesel is like, oh, that's a cool finger you got there. But
that's cool.
The rest of his team, they would eat some pretty big damage. You gotta also remember that if they do get that dream set up, there's probably gonna be a Midnight Pulse on the ground. He eats a lot of damage from that and the black hole. So Sleesel will be pretty wounded, and at that point they could focus fire him. But look at this. Roshi's back up actually pretty swiftly here.
It's dead.
And Wheeler gonna get it. Wheel needed this. They wanted to make sure that Voidboys didn't kind of secure something for themselves. They scouted out with the rocket, but they're like, oh, it's too late. It's too late. I think that's it, dude.
I don't see how you deal with a sniper who has an Aegis and maybe a troll who has cheese. No, he's too big. He can't even carry that. Aegis is so big, though, for that sniper. So is Satanic for the troll, but unless they can just wait 5 minutes, which is, I don't think what we want to do. This is very difficult for Voidboys. So let's check out the buyback status while we have a second here. I do want to see. Radiant side, no buyback for the Panda if he goes down. No buyback for the Enigma either. Troll has it, and I mean, he's the biggest one. I'd also think that Omega Poner has a pretty big buyback as well, but almost all 5 have buyback on wheel. The one exception being Derp Derp, who at this point doesn't really matter that much. I mean, he's kind of important, but barely.
He's just there to bail out a friend in need. Get a good wave off, hopefully a medallion. And then if you die, that's fine too, because you got that sweet aura to give.
He's really only a black hole canceller at this point.
Which is big. It's a level 3 swap. It's a nice range. He doesn't have to be caught in the black hole. He just has to be nearby. And regardless of BKB or not on your Enigma, that black hole's coming to a quick finish if Derp Derp's got anything to say. So here comes Wheel with Aegis in hand, confident enough to strut their stuff into the Voidboys base, looking to finish off the tower. And okay, that's the finger right there, annihilating the creep wave.
It's like 20-second cooldown. They need that because the illusions are going to kill them otherwise. Like those illusions, you saw BN go in and he's like, help! I can't kill them. Our range Raxon's in danger of dying. It's actually ridiculous if it's a Manta illusion.
Yeah. It's a lot of good damage from the Manta. Oh! Just, okay. You're not going there. Oh, look at this, though. They get a hold of Enigma with a Static Storm. Mike's going to be in trouble, though. Does walk on forward. Mech's up. Is he going to get the Ravage off in time? Well, I don't know. Goody eating a lot of damage there from the troll. Does end up going down. And, well, Enigma ends up getting dropped, and he forces up through the high ground, it looks like, to make it out and TP away.
Yeah, he forced across the ravine. He should have been dead. Oh, that's actually huge. Although cheese was used, there is no Enigma for 20 seconds at least. Maybe more if he decides not to buy back. But I don't know, man. Omega Poner with these fingers. You saw the bots come in from Relic, and that's not like he's not a tinker. He can't do that every 5 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
So he's just like, finger. Now you're not in the fight. And Fly was like, okay, let's fight now. But Mike had already spotted him previously. And so they throw down the Static Storm. They kill the Enigma. If Fly's positioning was better, who knows how that fight actually goes, or if it becomes a fight at all, and maybe not a massacre. But as it turns out, Mike gets vision on the Enigma, and now we'll just go again. This time they have Relic. No Disruptor ultimate. He doesn't have bots. He can't get back into the fray that quickly, but he'll smoke up and probably walk back down. And Glyph? Not going to go yet. They'll probably use it for the melee racks.
Or not. Okay. There's a finger. It definitely shows who Sleesel actually is. But the damage is done now. The racks go down. We'll walk away. And they still have Aegis to work with here. for Relic. So I wonder how long they want to wait before they push another lane here, which could be mid, it looks like. Now that Goody is back. We'll see if they can take it to the other side, but they still have that black hole. Flies back from the dead now, and, well, we'll see if we get to see this kind of a wombo combo get up. And they might need it for their high ground defense. Because, Butterfly's been done, and I don't see an MKB in sight here for your Troll Warlord.
Relic gonna drop this Blink Dagger for Butterfly, or is he gonna save it for the Aegis? Is the real question.
Probably saving it for the Aegis for now. Maybe has a Courier nearby.
I think you're right. I think Blink is too good in this situation.
Could be wrong, though.
Here we go.
Finger, Annihilates. Yeah, but
way too late.
Yeah, that was fast. Oh, hook shot. Also, this is sloppy right now. This is not what Voidboys want. They gotta do something though. They jump in. They try to go right for Relic here, and remember, he has the Aegis, but he gets quickly welcomed with the Abyssal Stun. Big black hole connects on 3, but the back end is gonna get stunned and canceled out. And now look, they're gonna easily swarm the Troll, who's gonna be forced to buy back. They go into Mercy Please next. He goes down. Huge stun on the Sleesel. But they already have to pull out all of the buybacks and all the stops to prevent Wheel from taking this game, but they might get it. Sleesel's very low, trying to walk away. Barely any life. 130 will go down. And this is all the buybacks from Voidboys. And look at this, a buyback from Sleesel. He wants to end this game. Boots of travel right back to the mid lane.
Now, no black hole. No split, no hook shot. It is back up at 3. Ravage is down as well, but I think this is it. Second set of racks. We might be going to game 3 here, Dakota, as they've taken down 2 sets. They're going to go bottom. They're going to try to finish off the third.
Oh, what can they do?
If they do get these kills, Sleesel, I mean, yeah, he won't have buyback. Relic will. Hook shot, I think this is again coming out. Blinking from Patzel onto Mike. Mercy Please looking to walk it as well. Now there's the figure going out. Sleesel caught out, forced away. The cogs go through as well. Big Static Storm Fly walks out. Derp about to fall. Now the Doppelganger. BN getting slowed down. The Scotty going to work. Satanic already used. BN in trouble. Not dead yet though. Still alive. Going toe to toe with Relic. He'll fall. No Aegis. Sleesel has to Doppelganger. Try to finish this off Beyond. He'll get Patzel instead. Sleesel in trouble. About to fall, and he will. Double kill for BN. 4 down. No buyback for Sleesel, but Relic has it, and every other member of Wheel as well. And they've also gotten 2 sets of racks down. Now you have to deal with 2 sets of super creeps. That's something you have to worry about consistently. A very good fight for Voidboys, but a long road, and still very close to going to game 3 here for Wheel.
They're going to just keep going, though. They're going to truck down this mid lane. Sleesel is out for about 100 seconds. No buyback at all. Relic does have a buyback, but still needs a minute if he wants to come back without spending it, but they're going to force him to do so. And that was the risks they took trying to end the game without a Ravage. They will have it here for a defense from Mike. Is it going to be enough, though?
He has Refresher. It's double Ravage. That might be what they need this game.
Oh, yeah. The late game Refresher. You don't see that one. Is it going to be enough, though? They could afford to hand over a Rax or 2 as well if it means cleaning out Voidboys and winning the game.
They're going to tier 4s.
Oh, they got to get... Relic's got to come out. Okay, Glyph. 25 seconds, though. Mercy, please. Oh, if they get Mike before he gets a Ravage, that's huge. He's got a Ghost. He's waiting for it. There's 1. They pop their BKBs. Mike pops his Refresher. There's 2. They're making a move on to Relic. Relic walking away. Derp very low. Will end up going down. And now Relic trying to get back in behind so he can just try to right-click out the Voidboys from their base. Mike goes down. No! Swap save from Derp on his buyback. And they're able to finish off the clock. Now it's Voidboys on the retreat. Can we get a glimpse back? 2 seconds. 1 second. They got him. Bring him right back home. And they take him down. Troll is out. 2 minutes. No buyback. And finally Wheel can roll themselves back towards the Voidboys base and end this game. Oh, man.
That was a lot closer than it should have been. I joked earlier that Derp doesn't matter. Derp matters immensely.
Yeah.
Two amazing swaps that I've seen this game. Saving IX Mike, saving multiple heroes on his squad. A 45-second cooldown, becoming one of the most effective abilities in the game. Flying out, getting right-click down. The mech will keep him up and ready to go. Assassinate's gonna fly. It won't kill him. It'll get him close, though. Now the Abyssal comes out. They get the kill. No buyback, and they call GG. Without Black Hole, there is no threat of them losing. They'll take the final racks. Game 3 is coming to Coda.
Oh, man, and it's going to be a hell of a Game 3 if this is what's in store. We'll find their way back into a game, but it does not come easy. I mean, on the draft side, we just thought, okay, this is looking really good for Wheel as long as they have a comfortable start. They have a wonderful late game to work with, and they got their comfortable start, but that late game was not as easy as we thought. That proved to be a struggle and a bit of a nail-biter, which Wheel were not anticipating, and I don't think we were either, so I don't know what's going to happen in this Game 3, but I am certainly looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, that second game was intense. Game 3 coming up, and I don't really have anything else to add. Some questionable plays from both sides, but 1 hour game does not disappoint. We'll take it. We're tied 1-1.
Let's do it. Game number 3 coming up, folks. I'm KotLGuy. That's Maut. Catch us on our Twitters at KotLGuy and at Maut Dota. We'll be back with more Dota action here for Star Ladder Season 12 America. Be right back.